For my presentation, I have chosen to interpret the work of Steve McCurry. Born and raised in the suburbs of Philadelphia, McCurry went on to study film at the Pennsylvania State University and graduated from the College of Arts and Architecture. After graduation, McCurry remained close to home and worked for a local newspaper for several years. Soon, his passion for photography drew him to India in order to pursue freelance photography. McCurry is now recognized as a world-renowned photographer, best known for his vivid documentary photography that aims to capture the human struggle and joy. He has received many awards, has published numerous books and exhibitions, and even created his own non-for-profit organization called Imagine Asia, which aims to help provide educational resources and opportunities to children in Afghanistan. This photograph, known as the Afghan Girl, has become and remained one of McCurry's most famous and universally appreciated portrait images. It was taken on a morning in December of 1984 at a refugee camp in Pakistan. The portrait depicts an orphan in the refugee camp, and McCurry was initially drawn to her due to her piercing green eyes. The diffuse lighting in this photograph elicits a soft feeling and allows the young girl and her vivid green eyes to remain the central focus. He also uses background control by positioning his camera so that the background of the photograph is a solid green wall, which also allows the girl to remain the central focus of the image. Along with these two techniques, he also makes use of complementary colors shown through the green of the girl's eyes and the background wall, with contrast to the red of her clothing. This allows the colors in the photograph to pop, but specifically draws attention to her intense green eyes. This photograph would fall under the category of an interpretive photograph because we do not know who this girl is, what will happen to her, or how exactly she is feeling. We can only interpret her emotions through her facial expression and through the depth of her eyes. This photograph was important in bringing attention to the refugee camps and became the June 1985 cover of National Geographic. Another one of McCurry's famous photographs documents the aftermath of the tragic attack on the Twin Towers in New York City on September 11, 2001. However, this particular photograph does not have a specific name. His collection of images taken to document this tragedy are unlike his other photographs because this event happened in his neighborhood, where he was able to simply walk to the demolished Twin Towers right after the plane struck and was able to capture the damage and the emotion of that day. This particular photograph highlights not only the damage of the Twin Towers, but also the efforts made by various personnel that day to provide help to those affected and to assess the damage of this attack. In this photograph, McCurry utilizes a combination of light to draw attention to the destruction of the building, but also to highlight the firefighters on the scene. The side lighting draws the sunlight through the broken windows and creates shadows on the inside of the building that allow the viewer to focus on the destruction. The smoke and the ash in the background create diffuse lighting, which draws attention to the firefighters and gives the sunlight a softer feel. McCurry also uses monochromatic colors, which are seen through the whitish-gray color of the smoke, the ash, and the remnants of the building, as well as the beige inside of the destroyed building. This evokes feelings of despair and desolation within the viewer, which aims to highlight how most of the world felt in the aftermath of this attack. This photograph would fall under the category of ethically evaluative because it documents a terrorist attack on the United States that shook the nation and perpetuated ethical arguments and changes within the country. McCurry has made an impact on the world of contemporary photography, utilizing both film and digital photography to travel the world and to capture human existence through the lens of his camera. To learn more about McCurry and to view his many photographs, you can visit his website at stevemccurry.com.